The COVID-19 pandemic is far from over, but Middle Georgia and the nation have come a long way from when we first learned about coronavirus and how it spreads. From mask mandates to vaccines, we've endured this pandemic. 41 NBC anchor Shelby Coates takes a look at our return to normal in 2021.
Taking a look back shows us just how far we have come. 2021 started with local communities crafting COVID mandates and restrictions to safely reopen Georgia and get people back to work and school. Just a few days into his new job, Mayor Lester Miller signed an executive order outlining actions Macon bib businesses, especially those serving alcohol, needed to take to slow the spread of COVID. Warner Robins started to get back to normal in February by opening government buildings to the public.
We have much more demand than we have supply.
Statewide, Governor Brian Kemp worked to get COVID-19 vaccines into more arms. In February, he announced plans to launch 4 mass vaccination sites across the state, including one at the Macon Farmers Market. During the winter, local schools were figuring out the best way to close out the year and bring back traditions we did not see in 2020. High school seniors in Lawrence County planned outdoor proms. Monroe County schools brought students back from virtual learning to a full schedule. And colleges like Middle Georgia State University held full-scale graduations with limited guests, and graduates had to sit with their families.
So it's going to be a wonderful 3 nights.
In-person events started to make a comeback too, but they returned with pandemic protocols like temperature checks, face mask requirements, and hand sanitizing stations. First, the Georgia National Rodeo in February, then the International Cherry Blossom Festival in March.
We need some sense of normalcy, something to be excited about making Bibb County.
Everyone came out to the pinkest party on earth, including the governor, who would go on to sign an executive order that eliminated gathering bans, removed shelter-in-place requirements for those most at risk, and reduced social distancing requirements. The spring signaled other signs of normalcy too. A judicial order from the Georgia Supreme Court allowed jury trials to resume in March and April, helping local courts address a backlog of more than 900 cases. The Macon Bibb Transit Authority removed its 15-passenger limit and returned to full capacity with free fare days in June. By the summer, Governor Kemp signed his final COVID executive order, saying the public health state of emergency in Georgia would end July 1st, just in time for several summer events like the Independence Day celebration in Warner Robins.
Really excited to get something going that makes us feel normal again.
And getting students in the back-to-school routine was difficult with debates over masks. School systems also had to decide on distance learning. Bibb County Schools chose to expand its VIP Academy to allow up to 500 students to learn virtually. But then the road back to normal hit a roadblock. The Georgia Department of Public Health started to report a surge of COVID cases. And by August, Bibb County saw several canceled high school football games due to COVID. And after reporting 200 COVID cases in 1 week, all students were required to learn from home until after Labor Day. Because of that summer surge, jury trials were placed on hold again. Cities like Perry canceled August events and reinforced mask mandates. And Governor Brian Kemp even deployed the National Guard to help hospitals seeing an increase in COVID patients. This included Atrium Health Navison in Macon and Houston Medical Center in Warner Robins.
A precipitous rise in COVID in the community, and that's what we're trying to avoid here.
The surge settled in September, and the fall brought back familiar functions again, including the Labor Day road race and the October return of the Georgia National Fair in Perry, giving local businesses the boost they were waiting for.
It also brings a sign of great hope.
Georgia closed out the year celebrating being named the top state for doing business for the 8th year in a row. The governor's office also touted record job creation, low low unemployment, and new economic development all during 2021. Despite the pandemic.
None of us have been on stage in over 2 years.
And now even the holidays seem familiar again, with people gathering at tree lightings and Christmas displays as we all adjust to the new norms into the new year. Shelby Coates, 41 NBC News.
Funds also fueled the return to normal this year. Governor Brian Kemp announced a $2 million grant to help the state tourism industry recover from COVID. School systems also received federal funding to get the students back to safe learning environments. For example, the Bibb County School District says it received a total of $100 million.